We are in the office. Some houses have them, some houses don't. Now, in this day and age with COVID and all of that stuff, it is pretty common to find an office in a house. And a lot of them weren't built with offices. So people are turning bedrooms into a working office.
Typically, if you have 4 bedrooms, you can probably do one as an office. This is a place I would probably ask my realtor in your market and how things are selling. If you have 4 bedrooms, for sure one can be an office and people will love that. You may need to make an office out of a closet or something like that if that lends itself. Yeah. Or you may create an office space in maybe a dining room or a living room. We have the luxury in this home to have a bedroom as an office. So that's what we created.
If you have less bedrooms, then we would definitely recommend actually packing up your office, moving it, or even just putting it somewhere else temporary and turning it back into a bedroom.
Bedrooms are really, really critical for selling, so you want to make sure you have enough bedrooms of what your realtor recommends. If you have an office, you want to make sure that it's really clean. You don't want your surface top to have a bunch of stuff on it. Again, this is going to be similar to the advice we give you in the bathroom. People want countertop space. When you're in an office, you don't want to think about work really. You want to think about more open space and creating. So you want to create that environment for someone to picture themselves in.
A lot more people are looking for working offices in a house, so it's really not that big of a deal to turn a bedroom into an office, but also remember that you don't want sensitive information from your work to be available to buyers coming through your home.
So this would be a time when you may want a file cabinet that's locked when you have the key, things like that, or you want to take that information out of the home for those showings for safety.
You do still want your office to look as good as possible though, and so as you can see in this office we have sectioned it off into 2 different kinds of areas. One is a working desk and the other one is a little meeting table that you can meet at, you can enjoy your lunch at, you can have your kids do their homework at.
I was just gonna say, this is a family home. You also want to think about who is your target. So if you are in an environment where it's mostly adults, then this may be an office. If you're in a place that you're targeting your buyer to be an empty nester, or if you're targeting your buyer to have young kids, then you may want this room to actually be a smaller desk and a play area. So you really want to think about with your realtor, who is your target buyer? Who is going to be most likely to be buying your home? And then that can be that extra bedroom decision of how you're going to stage it.
As a professional, a lot of times we will see houses that have specialized decorating in them already. For example, we do have these wonderful panels behind us. These were created with trim and removable wallpaper. The great thing about this is it's easy to take down. If we were to ever want to sell, we could have this back to a regular blue wall very quickly. If you have something in a room that is very specialized, we would recommend either making it seem a little bit smaller or taking it down completely. So that way your buyer can really visualize the house as their own.
And I don't always agree with that because I believe that our homes have lives of their own and you've lived there and you chose it for that home. So if your realtor says, you know, I think it's pretty, let's try it, you can always try it and then change it. So that's another option. Or sometimes we make cute little frames with notes that say this is easily removable, depending on what is comfortable for you. I like some personality in a home. Especially if I'm very clear on who the buyer is going to be. For this home, if the buyer is an empty nester, that's what this home was built for, then I would like it having some personality and this being a true office.